real independent journalism looks like.
Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're going to start right now.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it.
Answer the question.
You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Welcome to the MG Show. Welcome, 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 guys. We have got a huge show because yesterday, Alexis Wilkins, Kash Patel's girlfriend, utterly pulverized the Flynn network, Shady Groove.
Utterly pulverized? That didn't take you very long.
You want to talk about utterly pulverized? We're going to show you.
Really?
Because we're always wrong, Shady, until we're right.
Always wrong until the opposition is utterly pulverized?
Yes.
Yes, I see.
I think we made our quota.
Now we're done.
All right, we're done. All right, see you guys later.
Show,
bye-bye.
everybody. We are out of here.
Okay, so basically, guys, this show is huge, okay? We've been talking about the McChrystal network. We've been talking about up to and including the Sing Laub network, that it does connect with Alex Jones. We've done the research right here on the MG Show. And today, Dan Bongino realizes the ties between McChrystal and Flynn. And so what I want to tell you is we've known about this since 2020 when Q dropped the McChrystal, okay, the McChrystal Defeat Disinfo group that uses AI and bots to disparage Trump, guys, okay? So DARPA, let me finish my sentence. 1 second. I mean, okay, go ahead, because I forgot.
Amplifying the messaging is what they're doing. It's not just that they amplify the messaging against the target.
Yeah. All right. So I need sometimes to actually finish my train of thought. I just because I was going to go into all that.
Good.
But it is good. All right. Authority, thank you. Quota has been reached. Guys, Keck, love you. Thank you. But we've known about this since 2020 because of Q. Okay. I was blocked by DARPA for reporting on a Q post that outed DARPA, saying that they are using this technology that they used in Afghanistan against the American people and Donald J. Trump. And here you go. Alexis Wilkins is breaking it down. Probably the same technology used by McChrystal, who is Flynn's mentor. Let's not ever forget that. And this is a 13-part X thread that we're going to go through, exposing the 22-month foreign influence, and it's longer than 22 months, guys. Okay, let's just be honest here. Influence op that was trying to fracture Trump and the MAGA movement, guys. And we have been we're going to go all in today and read this. We're going to cover it. We're going to examine it because we've been calling out these exact patterns for years, guys. For years, Shady. And, you know, the RT, Russia Today amplification, the time fractures, the Dugin loops, the X-API data clusters, and now the receipts are public, guys. And the MG show is vindicated as fans return stronger than ever. Welcome back to the MG show because we're always wrong until we're right, but the truth is learned, never told, and that's why you needed your time to understand. Welcome back to all the people that, dropped off when we actually started telling you about the Flynn Network on 8/8/2023, Shady.
It's a long road, and matter of fact, we've gotten a number of correspondences in the emails out there regarding that exact reality that these things were very hard to swallow at the time. I hope that everybody realizes how hard it was for us to swallow. Yeah. Because what we were realizing is that the things that Q was explaining was more exposing the people that we thought that it was highlighting due to the way that the drops were being interpreted in real time. So effectively, the information was what was relevant. And what Jeff is referencing there is the McChrystal bot network. I 100% think that this is connected to the Sing Loud network. And I completely think that this is utilized by the Alex Jones network. And I effectively think that there's really only one network if you want to take it all apart and say, like, who's what belongs to who. Well, it belongs to the people that are trying to propagandize us through the mouthpieces of the military-industrial complex. We have to say this, Jeff. This is very important. People aren't connecting this because you're thinking things a little bit wrong in your head. The military-industrial complex, McChrystal and Flynn built this. They built this for Democrats to never lose an election because what they decided was, look at the way that we could control the narrative in Afghanistan. Look at the way that we could control the narrative in Iraq and in these theaters of war, and just people will do whatever it is we tell them is going on. That's what they believe. Now let's bring that stateside. Let's bring that back and let's make it active. Let's utilize some of these same assets that we were using in the theater of war through Discord and other means and bring it to America and make sure that no populist president ever gets enough footing to actually affect change in America. And I believe that the reason Q was here was to battle this network. That's my interpretation.
So let me take your interpretation and show the people what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
This is May 4th, 2020. Information warfare in quotes. Imagine that. Dems deploying DARPA-funded AI-driven information warfare tool to target pro-Trump accounts. Okay? The Flynn Intel Group is a lobbying group established by Michael Flynn in October of 2014. Flynn registered the company from the home of his friend Stanley A. McChrystal, a fellow general turned consultant. Okay, DARPA, Facebook, Twitter, Google, developed and decoded. What is that? Shady Groove? I can't read that. Anyways, it's an AI tool to an attempt to counter your reach. Okay. Now public equals see previous drop demonstrates your collective influence. They don't want you talking. And then think the daily MSM attacks, losing ground. You are winning the information warfare campaign support. And always will be provided undisclosed methods. So when I reported on this post, DARPA blocked me. Thank you for the unblock. And I'm American. No problem. With all the foreign info ops claiming DARPA DOD is working against the American people or even being behind the spread of COVID-19, we are looking harder at bot accounts. Nice to know you. Now, we are not saying that DARPA is actually deploying it. We're saying that DARPA made the technology that Defeat Disinfo is deploying, Shady. Big difference, okay?
That is correct.
Okay, and so that was a Q post, okay? And then there was another Q post, and I have a post from 2020 calling this out. This is it right here from 2020. Democratic Aligned Political Action Committee advised by retired Army General Stanley McChrystal, the former head of U.S. foreign forces in Afghanistan, is planning to deploy technology originally developed to counter Islamic State propaganda. More like support, Defeat Disinfo. Here it is. It's shots from their website. We've been on this for a long time, guys, okay? And now it's very interesting, and this is from my Q post thread, guys, okay? This is from 5/2/2020, okay? They never thought she would lose. So we've got it all. And so what Alexis did is she actually said, let's map the network. Okay. I wonder where she got that idea from. My Alexa doesn't know how to help me with that.
Not that Alexa.
So it's very interesting, but I want to just highlight what Dan Bongino is saying today, because the MG show has been calling out the Flynn-McChrystal network for years, long before the latest Epstein docs drops and resurfaced that 2015 praise video. We warned you guys about shared addresses, the parallel disinfo ops, the opposite sides, the post-retirement grift of the generals, guys, and their machine that they're running. We even told you that they use Arabella style, funding to do that, and how certain patriots were playing both sides of the military intelligence dialectic. Okay. Dan Bongino is just now lighting it up on his show. But in the Matrix, Jeffrey Peterson, Shannon Townsend, Shady Groove have been dropping these receipts episode after episode after episode. And this isn't new to us, but this is confirmation, Shady.
It is confirmation, and as a matter of fact, whenever we were initially looking into this drop that Q had made, we were reading it like, oh wow, look, this big split between McChrystal and Flynn. Okay, so because this narrative out there that there was some sort of a diversion where McChrystal went Democrat and Flynn went Republican. Well, that really doesn't make any sense whenever you talk about the beginning of the Flynn network, how short of a time before they quote unquote split that was, and the videos that we have of General Flynn talking to Comey about what great friends they are. So once we started putting this together after the Kellogg book in 2023, or early 2023, actually, we started to look at this right here. Exactly. We're like, wait a minute. That would mean that Flynn is actually utilizing these assets. And so that would also mean, that's number one. Number two, that would also mean that they're foreign associated. They are definitely foreign associated, which connects to a lot of the Five Eyes stuff that Q was posting about. But they're also trying to stop us. Why are they trying to stop us? We are here to support Donald Trump, and they're constantly trying to stop us. We can see clearly that Donald Trump is putting out these Q drops, but all of these people want to come after Q, all up even until right now. We've got these people that are acting like, they're acting like, initially they were telling me, Jeff, that this McChrystal stuff wasn't at all connected to the digital soldier problem that we have on X. And now they're out there acting like they're the ones that uncovered it.
Yeah, in 2015, General Flynn was there at the Hoover Institute, or one of those institutes, I can't remember what it was, talking about a new type of warfare. But it was a warfare against people like us, that liked Donald J. Trump, guys. It's 5GW. He tells you what they're doing, guys.
He was promoting Milo at that event. Yeah. So all of these people are built out of this. Roger Stone, General Flynn are controlling the whole network. Roger Stone is controlling Dilley. So, Roger Stone is controlling Dilley and Loomer, and then pretending like he's supporting Tucker out front so that Tucker sees the support. And then, Donald Trump is posting pictures of himself standing next to Roger Stone as all of this is going on.
Yeah.
I am here for it. Give me another barrel of popcorn.
So let's look at this clip from Dan Bongino today. Let's take a listen, and we'll go ahead and comment. And then we're going to go over this Alexis Wilkins, the FBI director's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, this bombshell of a thread. Check it out.
It's really good.
Here's this pack out there. Political Action Committee, for those who know. In other words, they do political action. That's why they're called a pack. And they focus on defeating disinformation, which, by the way, is typically, but not all the time, used by the left to indicate conservative ideas.
He even used the word defeat disinfo, didn't he, Shady?
Yeah, he sure did.
That's just their thing. So when you look at the board and who's involved with this defeat disinfo pack that had a operation going against Donald Trump for a while, you notice that it says retired U.S. Army General Stanley McChrystal, former head of American military ops in Afghanistan, is an advisor for Defeat the Disinfo Pack. And notice what it does, by the way. Keep this up a second. It detects communications from President Trump trending on social media and finds the most effective opposing viewpoint. Wow. So weird. asking questions, right? Can we do that? Fellas, that's a thing now, right? Asking questions?
We've been asking questions for years, guys.
I thought that was a thing. So McChrystal is doing the gatekeeper theory. It basically goes after Pete and the military and DEI. So now just pops up and is doing his thing right now. Apparently is interested in anti-Trump defeat this info BS, an advisor. Well, you're seeing a lot of counter programming about President Trump coming not just from McChrystal, former military intelligence guy, leader in our military, but you're seeing it also from General Mike Flynn's group as well. Yeah, fortunately. Well, again, we're just asking questions because that's what everybody's doing right now, right? Everybody's just asking questions. Here's some commentary by noted anti-Trump lunatic Max Boot, Commentary Magazine. And Max says, one of the reasons I admire General McChrystal, that he's the right commander to turn around the war effort in Afghanistan. He's not afraid to be unconventional and effective even in doing so. He leaves a few colleagues with noses bent out of joint, and he surrounded himself with similar hard chargers, including Major General Mike Flynn, his chief intelligence.
Now we're connecting the dots, aren't we, Dan?
Questions now, right? You're just asking questions.
No, you got the facts.
Justin, I heard you can do that. That's the right thing to do.
All right, so we're going to leave it there. So we've been telling you about this since 2020.
We have. And we could even expand on what we are telling you, because the reality of the situation is we're not telling you everything that is to do with this every single time we talk about it. We could tell you about the kill squads in Afghanistan. We could tell you about what they were really doing to the children in Iraq. We could tell you about we could tell you about the reason that Pizzagate exists is because what the cables in the WikiLeaks drops actually showed was military corruption, to the degree that what they were doing was whenever the people of Iraq were complaining about the way the military was acting or the things that they were doing, and they would try to go get help. You know what the Flynn crew and McChrystal would do? They'd blow them up. They literally would target their house and blow them up whenever they complained. That's what happened there. So that's the mentality that you're dealing with. So whenever you're dealing with these people online and they talk to you and they all of a sudden, like, you say something and it's a homophobic slur or some sort of slide topic or somehow attacking your character, whatever, you didn't do anything wrong, and then you defend yourself, and then you're the attacker. You see, that's the dynamic that they got you in. That's the propaganda psyop soup.
One of the narratives that they're doing is that they're saying that Alexis needs to sign up for FARA and all this other stuff. I heard Ivan Ranklin talking about it too. But I don't think people remember when I said how convenient Biden's DOJ and a Soros lawyer quietly drops FARA case against General Flynn's business partner, Flynn Intel Group, after the judge, Soros judge, Biden appointed judge, tosses the conviction for insufficient evidence after he was convicted guilty as from a jury, Shady. And then General Flynn says, F you, POS, you and your toadies who thrive in the underbelly of a dark world have no clue what you're talking about. And anyone who listens to you, I will pray for their full recovery. That was on 9/11/2023.
And that's General Flynn's partner.
Yes.
This
From
is not like
Flynn.
some random.
It's not just his partner. Yeah, it's his partner of his business that he made in Stanley McChrystal's kitchen called Flynn Intel Group.
That's exactly right. And so that's why they're all animated about FARA. And remember the connections to Hunter Biden and FARA.
And that's the rubber bullet. They knew he would get off, okay?
That's exactly right, Jeff. That's exactly right. They understand that whenever the person actually gets, what do they call it in the mafia? Whenever you get pinned up. You get pinned up by the law. You got to do something about it. Well, you go and you pull the strings with the judge. And what does the judge do? He releases the person who's been convicted by a jury of their peers in broad daylight. Then Jeff highlights it and says, oh, that's pretty darn convenient considering he was convicted. And you get attacked by the same foreign network. Let's call it what it is. And then Ivan last night goes to Alexis Wilkins and starts projecting and spewing. If you read Ivan's post to Alexis, he's telling you what they do to you. He's telling you what she experienced. He's telling you what they did to us. He's literally writing 5GW is information war against you, the American people. That's what 5GW is.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd just like to say this, Shady Grove.
Uh-oh.
What?
I thought it
You
was
know what
going
I'm
to be
doing?
I don't yet. But I have a feeling.
I'm just going to do it because. All right, so let's go over this. This is a thread by FBI director's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins. Okay, this is a foreign linked influence network, guys. I mean, this is so. Let me just the summary. Okay, this is just a coordinated. They've been running coordinated operations against the Trump administration for 22 months. At least that's what she went back as far as. Okay, 22 months. But we know that it's been 8 years, 7 years,
Decade.
3.1 million tweet engagements and going. Let me just double check right now. She's got 5.7 million. Okay, impressions.
She had
on
a
this
million
thread.
in an hour.
Yeah. 80% pure amplification. Same accounts activating at every major GOP fracture point. Okay. From lead up to the Butler assassination attempt, the Mossad smear in 2025 against Alexis. Okay. Charlie Kirk's assassination in September 2025. The Joe Kent's resignation in March 2026 and more. But the RT, Russian state media, rank as a top amplifier. Anti-enlistment messaging during active conflict. The goal is to create permanent fractures in MAGA ahead of these midterms, guys. And so we're going to go over this full 13-part thread. Shady Groove, what do you think?
I think that what you're going to see here is going to settle your mind to understand what it is that we have faced. Like, okay, so I'm going to connect it to us real quick before you jump into this. You know, what we have faced as people that wanted to do, you know, we just wanted to do a show. We just wanted to talk about what it was that we were seeing, really, at the core of it. That's all we wanted to do. The two of us wanted to get together, have a good time on the air, talk about what we were seeing. And we're like, oh, wow, maybe people might be interested in this. Let's try it. That's where it started. Look at what from the moment that we started doing this, the operations were calling us CIA guys. We're intelligence people. Oh, we're leading you astray. So now what we can clearly see is that was all the intelligence people. That was this Flynn network. That was the McChrystal defeat disinfo people that are still out there today. They're operating right now. They haven't gone anywhere. They've 2,000 followers on Twitter and they go nowhere. They're fine with that because they're where they're supposed to be. And what we have to realize is that all of us together here, because of you keeping us on the air, we made it through the situation that they almost could guarantee. They talked to us like they were guaranteeing we were going to be gone. Yeah. Dilly even acts like he's going to get rid of us today. You know, so saying that they're going to get rid of us, but the other crews didn't get rid of us. So I don't think Dilly's going to be able to either because of you and the messages that you sent to us. Let me tell you something. Nobody else gets messages like that. We are in the process of thinking maybe about doing a show and talking about the things. It's like a
so
field.
Amazing.
Every email is like a field trip. We go back to these different points, how you found us. And, you know, you came to us from X22. You came from Badlands. You stumbled on a YouTube video. The stories that we have just witnessed from you guys. So what Alexis is telling you in this thread that he's getting ready to start here, it's our story too.
Yeah. Except it goes a lot longer, doesn't it, Shady Groove?
It does. It's the same, but it's the same people. And you'll see that this is the reason we were so confused. We didn't understand that they could do this. But now, I mean, actually, Jeff, we were talking just yesterday. I was like, what is it that they are able to do specifically into the X machine that causes them to be able to amplify this stuff like they do? And then she comes out with this literally a few hours after we were talking about it.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right.
God bless you.
So we've been through this too. This is our story as well, but it goes back longer than 22 months. It's been nice to engage with Alexis Wilkins as well. She's a very nice person. She's not anything what these people are thinking. And it's amazing that I'm having people that say that she's a Mossad, WHORE, and they're following me and I'm following them. So if you don't really, if you give in to the narrative, I'm unfollowing you. And I'm sorry that I even followed you.
Yep. If you're saying that she's a liar, I am unfollowing you also because she is not a liar. As a matter of fact, she's telling the truth. And it's very funny because this is the same thing. Whenever we try to say what happened to us, we're called liars. Why? Because the loudest voices, those who are the loudest, those are the ones, the people that are the loudest that are trying to drown. Why are you trying to drown me out?
Yeah.
Because you don't want people to hear what I have to say.
And those voices sound like this.
Exactly like
That's exactly what they sound like.
100% sound like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is the thread, Alexis Wilkins, right here. I also put it as a Rumble short for you guys. I put it on Instagram. I put it on Facebook because a lot of people, Mike Hess was letting me know that he couldn't see it. So it's everywhere. So it's in video form, so you might have to pause and read. But, I think you guys can handle that. You guys are smart. All right, so here we go. Thread 1 of 13. A foreign-linked influence network has been running coordinated operations against the Trump administration for 22 months, at least. I know it's real because they ran one against me, okay? She was targeted in something I knew that was far from organic. This level of media is isolating, unwanted, and unwarranted. There was nobody to help. Nobody to jump in and say, this is a false op and help me. Well, I don't believe in problems without solutions, so I've spent the last few months learning to build programs to utilize publicly available information to prove that this is way bigger than me. This isn't about creating chaos in the Republican Party. It's about the organized effort to lose Republicans in the midterms and subvert President Trump's agenda. And I have the data for you to see. This is her thread, Shady. You want to take number 2?
Let me take number 3.
Okay. In July of 2025, Alexis Wilkins was falsely labeled a Mossad spy in a coordinated campaign designed to isolate an official of the U.S. government by using the person publicly nearest to him, me. According to the full operation, July's events and others dating back to 2024, 6 chapters, 22 months. The data shows 3.1 million retweet engagements. 80% of the activity was pure amplification. 659 of those accounts retweeted the same post. Some retweeted 1 second part. 15 pairs retweeted within 10 seconds of each other. When the content spreads organically, timing is random. People check their feeds and at different moments. They don't retweet the same post within seconds of strangers they've never met. 54 tweets in a single hour at peak, 863,568 total retweet engagements in this chapter alone. That's not a conversation. That's a weapon.
So within that post, I'd like to say that look at what she is pointing at there. This is why we're talking about the Discord tool that they use. And the Discord tool was originally called Hammer and Sickle or something.
Hammer and chisel.
Hammer and chisel. Divide.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, this is how they operate. They can do this so quickly because they're all syncing up their initiation. This is the trick, I believe, to what they're doing. They're utilizing the platform to make the post and post the public to the platform, and then set a time, and everybody starts to go at the same time. Therefore, they get this unbelievable amplification. I believe that that's how they're doing it.
And they practice on my account. They practice on us, Shady.
Yep,
they practice in Discord where they called us, okay? Yep. They called us into Discord so they would know what we're talking about so they can, appear to help. Go ahead.
Counter message. I think
so they act like they are appearing to help, but they're there to attack us in the background, guys. And then they would have some weird code word. It was very weird. It was E. Remember that E guy, Shady Groove? They would say, "What do you think of this E guy?" And then all of a sudden, we'd get attacked. It was really weird how it worked.
I do remember that. Wow, that's
yeah.
I totally remember.
So they practice on us, okay, Alexis, and they used it on her, and they've used it on many, okay.
And the only way it goes away is we expose it for what it is. And whenever you start to read the things that people responded, the whole network responded to this.
Let me answer Doe Elmo. Can you just ignore them? No. Not what they've done to us. Do you realize that they're working with Hillary Clinton to demonetize us? They worked with Hillary Clinton to lose our YouTube, our PayPal, our Patreon. We got our PayPal and Cash App back. Real MG show if you're interested. They used all of this and they were our friends. No, I'm not going to just ignore them. I'm going to rather expose them. You guys know of Ephesians, don't you? I'm not going to give in to the darkness.
Why would we ignore them?
Yeah.
Jesus didn't ignore them. He walked right in the temple, didn't he?
Trump doesn't ignore anybody.
Trump doesn't ignore anything that happens to him. He talks about it directly. Guys, we're trying to set an example The example that we're trying to set here is not the example that you're used to.
Yeah.
The example we're trying to set here is of a strong America in general, all of us getting stronger. We talk about people attacking her for explaining it. Like, why? That's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to ignore them. All right, Shady, number 3.
The network has a trail. Wonder who's been talking about that. Catholics for Catholics lists General Michael Flynn as current senior advisor on their own website. Flynn is the anchor of a digital infrastructure that has been repeatedly activated at every major Republican fracture point. Over 22 months of documented data, the same accounts appear at every chapter. The network does not rebuild between deployments. It stays ready.
Yeah.
Number 4, Chapter 1, May 2024, 10 days before the Butler assassination attempt, Ivan Ranklin, former Green Beret, former DIA board member of Flynn's nonprofit, America's Future, which is the Sing Laub Network.
Yep.
Posts directly to Elon Musk and J.D. Vance, General Flynn would make Trump, quote, assassination proof. 166 retweets, 14 tightly clustered time windows amplified within 1 second.
1 second. And DARPA can do nanoseconds now. Interesting.
Yet he was even telling us about fractions of nanoseconds this morning,
right.
sir.
That's right. Chapter 2 in July of 2025. And by the way, General Flynn, just 10 days before the Butler assassination, went ahead and said, I now stand behind Trump. 10 days, Shady.
That was a year and a half after Trump announced.
Yeah. Yeah. And remember Dan Scavino's post? If you didn't do it in 2022, learn the comms, guys. Okay?
We did.
It's simple.
We did.
All right. Chapter 2, 2025. A coordinated narrative falsely identifies the FBI director's girlfriend as a Mossad honeypot. The origin post from a supplement influencer with 1.1 million followers built through the COVID medical freedom movement gets labeled inorganic, seeming, uncommon, 20 million views. This is the network's method. Anonymous mass deployment, then credentialed amplification. The connection runs in both directions. RT.com also posted about her and slightly often amplified RT's content when RIF-TV posted. A military journalist based in Moscow hosting content on a Kremlin-adjacent Orthodox TV channel amplified it back out. The same loop, the same network running in both directions. So this is at Legit Targets generated a single post about Alexis Wilkins that received 677 tweets in a coordinated fashion. Legit Targets, an account directed by Jackson Hinkle, 3.7 million followers via his own bio, posted a single piece of content about Alexis Wilkins on September 30th, 2025, and was retweeted 677 times. The data shows that this was not organic spread. Dozens of accounts retweeted the identical post on the same date, many of which show high-velocity posting behavior consistent with automated or coordinated amplification. Legit Targets is only 534 days old with 336,000 followers. The post text, breaking, FBI Director Kash Patel's 26-year-old girlfriend denied rumors that she is Mossad, framed as breaking news with no scorching use of Israeli, with no sourcing, using of Israeli flag emoji alongside with the U.S. flag, guys. Wow.
Number 6. The foreign amplification is documented. RT.com, which the U.S. State Department describes as part of Russia's intelligence apparatus, posted about me by name. When they did, the accounts that amplified it included the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and an Iranian journalist based in Tehran. RT.com ranks in the top 15 amplifiers across our entire 22-month data set. I'd like to draw your attention to the one guy, remember the Russian guy that's been posting the Q drops, right?
Yeah.
He's connected to this too.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out that General Flynn received $60,000 or $70,000 from Russia Today to go speak when he was pictured with Putin. You can't even find his speech anywhere, guys.
You can't find his speech, but the thing is that picture was what was weaponized. The picture was what they weaponized. That's all they needed was that picture of Flynn sitting next to Putin, and no matter who became the Republican nominee, Flynn was going to be their NSA guy.
Boom.
And then all of a sudden he was a Russian spy.
Mm-hmm. That's how it happened.
Rubber bullet, bro.
Rubber bullet. Chapter 3, September 2025. Charlie Kirk is assassinated. Within hours, Candace Owens publicly attributes the killing to Israel and targets Kirk's widow by name. Many of the same accounts active in the July 2025 Honeypot chapter activated immediately. A moment of natural Republican unity is converted within hours to one of the most sustained fracture points of the year.
Chapter 4, March 17, 2026. Joe Kent resigns as NCITC director. That same day, Catholics for Catholics, an associated organization, announces Kent at their Washington gala. Within 24 hours, Tucker Carlson interview. Within 72 hours, Kent on stage with Flynn and Candace Owens at the Waldorf Astoria.
Wow. So this is it. This is the RT. Russian state media is an active amplifier of the Kent resignation narrative. RT._com, the official account of RT, the Russian state broadcaster designated by the U.S. State Department as a fully fledged member of the intelligence apparatus of the Russian government, posted about Joe Kent's resignation within 24 hours of the event, framing the Tucker Carlson quote, the neocons will now try to destroy him, end quote, as a dominant narrative frame. This post received 209 retweets from the same account cluster identified in the Honeypot campaign analysis. And the RT's exact post was worded like this, quote, the neocons will now try to destroy him. Tucker Carlson on Joe Kent's resignation. Joe is the bravest man I know, and he can't be dismissed as a nut. 9 of 13. This data set, and we're going to pause it right here because this is interesting. So this data set across all 6 chapters, okay, 3,166,207. Retweet engagements, 80% amplification rate, abnormal volumes of accounts documented across multiple chapters spanning 22 months. The same accounts that were active before Butler in 2024 are active in the Kent chapter in 2026. This is not a series of separate events. This is a single persistent infrastructure activated at each fracture point. Now, these are some of their names, Shady Grove. Isn't this interesting?
Isn't it?
So,
big list.
Yeah, and I'd like to, see if we know anybody in here. Pretty interesting, right? Let's just, I wish we could make this a little bit slower. Let's just do this, okay? But look at some
of the bar and you can kind of slow it down.
Yeah. I'm just kind of making it go up a little bit. I'm just doing a quick cursory, just kind of looking real quick, guys, see if anything stands out. But I'm telling you, this is the bot network, Shady.
Yeah, the usernames are right there on the left. I mean, we should be able to take this video and maybe utilize the AI and get all of these names. And I think that a lot of them are going to sync up nicely to the people that not only infiltrated, but flat out lied about everything to do with what it is that our show's about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's John Galt. I saw that one. That was interesting. Robert Justine. I mean, look at these people. They're insane, guys.
They're not creative, Jeff.
No.
They're very uncreative.
So that's we're going to go through this and maybe, scrub it a little bit more, Shady Groove.
Scrape it,
scrub it. Okay. All right. 10 of 13, Shady.
10 of 13. What RT was telling Americans the entire time throughout March of 26. RT published Alexander Dugin. You guys know who that guy is, right?
We're going to introduce you to him later, too.
One of the puppet masters, Putin's ideological philosopher.
Not just Putin either.
That's correct. Oh,
General
absolutely.
Flynn's.
Well, they're all of them. All the ones that love communism, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
They're all communists, okay? Like this is not the KGB. This is communists. Putin's ideological philosopher declaring MAGA more than dead, worse than dead. It's now an undead, a ghoul. The Flynn network was manufacturing that fracture domestically and RT amplifying it internationally. 2 parts of the same operation are running simultaneously into the same feeds. Remember, guys, they're screaming and they're yelling at you. And
there's John Mappin.
They're telling you it's the Jewish people, right? They're all like, oh, it's the Jewish people. What if it is a worldwide order controlled by a group of priests?
Yep. So there you go. There's Joe Kent, Candace Owens, John Mappin. Remember John Mappin with the Q flag?
I've been going back and forth with him recently, matter of fact.
He's an idiot.
He is a complete idiot. He's a Tavistock Stooge.
This is the high velocity amplifier accounts show bot behavior signals. Several accounts across the campaign overlap the data set and rates no human could sustain. Okay. This account is 499 days old. Honeypot plus anti-admin plus Israel. 524 tweets a day, Shady. 519 Honeypot in Israel. Project Constitute. 411 tweets per day. 405 tweets per day. Look at this, guys.
These are the
normal active user posts 10 to 20 tweets per day.
Yep. It gets like maybe 75%, double that.
They are retweet amplifiers spreading content from the original source accounts at scale, guys.
And these right here are the accounts, excuse me, that are amplifying everything Candace, everything Charlie Kirk, all of this nonsense. They're completely trying to get Tyler Robinson off.
Yep. Well, I'll get into that too. I got proof of a tweet on that one from Liz.
I saw that.
Liz choking on your croaking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 11.
Choking.
3. During an active U.S. military conflict, accounts in this network posted verbatim, refused to enlist in or remain fighting for the U.S. military. Candace Owens posted publicly, may American troops take his lead following Kent's resignation in protest of the Iran war. Whether intentional or not, that content distributed at scale by this infrastructure during an active conflict is functionally anti-enlistment messaging. The data shows it was carried out by the same network, documented across all of the 5 chapters.
So now, can I connect you to something else with what you just read right there? Now let's remember. Do we have associations with Tucker Carlson and the CIA family? Do we have associations with Alex Jones and the CIA? Do we have associations with Joe Kent and the CIA? Jeff, you were just reading. That's very interesting, sir. That you were just reading during the anti-enlistment messaging. Oh wow, where have we heard? Oh wait a minute. Mark Kelly and Slotkin, the CIA lady, were just out there in public telling people to disregard direct orders from the president before the Iran thing. So why is that not the exact same messaging as this right here, telling people not to enlist or don't trust those that are giving you orders on the front lines? I'm hoping that everybody is seeing what the clowns in America are doing, pretending like it's organic happenings.
Yeah.
Wow.
12 of 13.
12 of 13. The goal of this operation is not to win a political argument, but to make the fracture feel permanent, to make Republicans believe their movement is over, to make soldiers feel the war isn't worth fighting, to make the government and its officials look unstable and create media that creates more problematic media. Each chapter hits a different pressure point. The network, the timing, and the Russian amplification are consistent across all 5. That consistency is the signature.
Right on. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is Grok. Thank you, Yeti. Put this into Grok. These are a list of all of the names. Okay. Bot score. So we're going to go ahead and look at some of these as well. Look at that, guys.
Nice.
Look at that.
Look at what we can do. Imagine if we had this AI stuff a decade ago, Jeff. Whenever we were in this, we would have figured these people out then.
Long time ago. I'm just kind of looking to see if these are just their bots, guys. Okay. So not the main accounts that we're calling out every day, but very, very interesting.
But I got a feeling some of them will be there.
Yeah. I'm still looking. So like this one, Project Constitution, that one is huge. Okay. Remember that one? That's the Candace pusher.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. The Florida Mike.
And that Project Consta is also that one dude that. Yeah.
That's what I said. The Project Consta.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. It's just incredible, guys. This is incredible. Okay. This is crazy. Okay. This is how so then you're sitting there on X. Okay. And you're reading these bot accounts. It changes your perception, whether one, you agree with it because you're being mind controlled by Deep Dream X, or you're, just sucked into it, Shady. I mean, people get sucked into it, okay? And that's what they're hoping for. And they're hoping for that you, one, give up on Trump, and two, don't vote.
That's right. And don't enlist, right?
And don't enlist.
Don't participate. Don't have, okay, let's even make it more simple. Don't have something to believe in.
Yeah.
Because if you have something to believe in, then that gives you value. And if you have value, you're going to be invested within yourself. And if you invest within yourself, it's going to create abundance.
Mm-hmm.
And if you create abundance, you all of a sudden don't need them for their narrative. You see, they have to keep you debilitated. It's like, whenever you start walking again, you're walking down the street, they got to come in and crack your leg. Make sure that you understand how and who gives you the permission to walk. And that's exactly what they did to us. They refused. They said that we didn't have permission to talk to you. And I've always said that our biggest mistake that the two of us made was coming to a conversation that we weren't welcome in. And I think that this thread that we just read to you today proves it to you. I thought we have one more. Actually, did we get through it?
13 of 13.
Okay,
My data set, every account, every chapter, every documented overlap will be published in full. This methodology used the official X API. Everything here is independently verifiable. This is all I could do to protect myself. Maybe others have more information. Oh, and we do. That will be helpful, but this is what I have learned to do because of this. I believe in the conservative movement. I voted for President Trump's agenda, and I refuse to see it fractured for the benefit of our adversaries. This doesn't even scratch the surface of who might be getting paid by whom. This is all matrixed, publicly available information. MAGA does not have an approval problem. It has an infiltration problem. And it was never about her or you or me. So this is the bottom line up front right here. This is the open source analysis, a foreign linked bot network actively amplifying division within the Republican base, anti-enlistment messaging targeting young Americans, and narratives designed to fracture the support for the Trump administration, particularly around the Iran war at this time. This is not organic political disagreement. This is the same network of automated accounts that ran a coordinated disinfo campaign against a private American citizen in July of 2025. Reactivated in March of 2026 to amplify Joe Kent's resignation and push Trump betrayed MAGA messaging. Russian state media, RT_com, is documented content source in the current operation. The Republican fracture over the Iran war is real, but it's being deliberately amplified to and accelerated by a foreign linked bot infrastructure. The goal is not to advance any political position. The goal is to make the divided look bigger and the more permanent than it is, okay? We are the majority, guys, all right? So these are the numbers: 8,265 posts collected, 6,298 unique accounts analyzed, 175 high-confident bot accounts, 62 bots pushing division messaging, 201 cross-campaign accounts, 53% bot signal rate across all account, guys.
They don't like being mapped.
No.
Antifa mapping started long ago, Jeff.
Yeah. And again, Alexis Wilkins made this her final post on this. I'm not saying anything. I ran the data. I'm asking you to draw your own conclusions.
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Use your own discernment.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide that she's not telling the truth. I saw a number of people saying that she's a bleeping liar. Well, yeah. I do not think that she's a bleeping liar. As a matter of fact, I think that she's telling you the stone cold truth. And the people that call her, every single person that stands up and says that she's a flanking liar is connected to the network that she's exposing. There is no ambiguity in that. It is 100% down the line. If the person is saying that she's an effing liar, then they are literally defending a network, not consuming the information that she has posed, because they don't offer a single shred of evidence that proves that anything that she said is a lie.
Yeah. So the moral of this story by Alexis Wilkins: we have midterms to unite for. Stop fighting. The grifters trying to ruin all of whatever we worked for? Shape up or ship out. Vote for this country. Support our military, our law enforcement who needs our support. This administration is doing the best to restore common sense. so we can still get rid of the deep state that still exists. We don't need profiteering podcasters to wreck that.
Well said. Let's have a 47 in the chat. If you're clapping like Jeff is clapping like a bravo. Let it go around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And look at what we got now. We got Dan Bongino talking about this stuff. We've been talking about it for a long time. It's funny that, the Q thing becomes an issue with people, but it shouldn't. It actually happened, and this show reported on it. This show was attacked by the same people that attack this bot network. This show was attacked by this bot network for years, guys. Yep. Not only this show, our Twitter accounts, our True Social accounts, they're across every single platform. But we're winning, JD. We will win. They forgot the end of the book. God wins, brother.
Well, God wins, and also persistence wins. And whenever you're telling the truth, you're going to face adversity, but you're never going to face more adversity than you can take or that you can tolerate. And I think that's been a big motivating factor here, is that everything that doesn't break you makes you stronger. And what they've done is that they have taken a group of people, this group of people right here, and before we all started doing this, Jeff, there wasn't a most red-pilled audience on earth, was there?
No.
And then we started doing this, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there became the most red-pilled audience on earth. That's you guys. And it's not because of us, it's because of you. It's because you have used your own discernment. You're all here because you've used your own discernment to get here. We didn't force a single one of you here into a paddock, into a stall, and say, oh, you got to come here, you got to do this. What we did is we showed you everything, and you decided to stay. That's the best relationship we could ever possibly have with a group of people.
And just to show you that the Flynn Network is still attacking this show, this is Jeremiah Bullfrog right here. The truth about General Michael Flynn and the parasites who lie about him. So he's saying that we're lying, but yet he lies about us.
Mm-hmm. The whole thread is a lie.
I'm Sweaty Pedosin, promoted an article from Chalet Report. You're right. Yeah. And
well, at least you're not like Prince Andrew.
Yeah. This is all lying stuff. I never, what about Homeseth? What?
Just making it up. Yesterday he told me that General Flynn was the first to call out Q as the CIA because Q was the CIA. I was like, oh, Q was outing Flynn in the field?
Yeah, right. So this is a desperate 10-page cope from the Flynn Defense Squad, and it's pure comedy, Shady, because they have zero evidence. All ad hominem attacks, and he's a war hero. Wait, let me see.
He's a war hero, so shut up, man.
If your guy needs this much fanfic to defend himself, maybe the questions aren't the problem. It is classic when the heat turns up on the network and out come the tears and makes posts full of nonsense, Shady. If you're catching this much flack, Shady, do you think we're over the target?
It's over.
Still
going.
Wow. So well done, Alexis. I mean, this is actually very amazing, guys. Dude, this is huge.
It's bigger than huge because the network is actually going to suffer its fate soon.
That's right.
People, because like I said, you have a point of exhaustion. They've pushed people to their point of exhaustion, and when you reach the point of exhaustion, what happens is you drop everything and you reassess where you're at, and you're like, wait a minute, all of this was complete nonsense. And as a matter of fact, what it looks like a network that's trying to protect Tyler Robinson, not a network.
And we'll get into that in hour number 2. We'll get into that hour number 2. And before we get out for break, Shady, we got to read this one.
Yep.
Because we need your help, guys. And they can cancel your accounts. They can freeze your cards. They can decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. But the big banks and financial institutions have total control, and they use it. That's why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing the Rumble Wallet, guys. It's a wallet built for freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money. Not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether Gold, and Bitcoin all in one secure place. We love the Tether Gold. No permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, Ding, right? You can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This is not a credit line that they can shut off. This is your wallet permanently, yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when the institutions turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet is not just about it's not about politics at all. It's about freedom, guys. Ownership and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big tech banks for good. True ownership, true protection, and true financial freedoms. We'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
For the first time ever, we're bringing you My Pillow mattresses and mattress toppers for as low as $99.98. Remember, sleep's all about temperature and pressure points. Whatever sleep needs you have, we have the right technology for you. Like our My Pillow mattress topper, our queen size has over 10,000 individual comfort supports to help relieve your pressure points. And how about our 3-inch Hybrid Plus mattress topper? It's infused with copper and silver to help your body get the restorative sleep it needs. And our My Pillow and Case Coil mattresses, I personally helped develop these mattresses to make sure they have everything needed to give us great sleep. Plus, they're made right here in the USA, and they ship right to your front door absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get MyPillow mattresses and toppers for as low as $99.98 and free shipping.
Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're going to start right now.
They hit me hard with sneaky lies, bots pump the filth to spread the cries. The data shows the network threat. Flynn's crew wakes up at every fret. In July 25 they struck, the supplement queen lit them up. View soared to 20 million high. Russian RT joined with the side. Iran voices boosted the tide. Butler bots came back for the ride. Honeypot smear on my poor name, but API data wins the game. Catholics list Flynn as advisors. Senior roll on their own website. Same accounts hit every fracture. Ivan Raycliffe dropped the big plan to Elon and to Vance. He ran assassination proof he claimed. Retweets clustered tight in the sink. Network stays primed for the next link. MAGA's got infiltration woes, not just some ratings drop that slows. Foreign ops crack our solid cause. Bots and Russians clap at our loss. Flynn's network yanks the hidden strings. Catholics ring chaos on their bells. The pattern shows up clear today. Expose the truth before we sway. Kirk got killed and Candace spoke loud. Blame the hit on Israel, so proud. Same accounts fired up in a flash. Unity cracked to fracture rash. They strike when wounds are raw and red. Turn brother on brother instead. Candace leads with a furious rage. The break grows wide on every page. Joel can't quit as director. Both the group held can't ride at their ball. Tucker Carlson grilled him real quick. Then stage with Flynn and Candace thick. Same players dance through every show. The script repeats, the fracture flow. From Butler plot to Kent's Big Out. The bots keep marching without doubt. MAGA's got infiltration woes, not just some ratings drop that slows. Foreign ops crack our solid cause. Bots and Russians clap at our loss. Flynn's network yanks the hidden strings. Catholics ring chaos on their bells. The pattern shows up clear today. Expose the truth before we sway. I'll drop the data soon for all. Every account and every call. MAGA wake up to infiltration. Not ratings, but a foreign station. The truth sits here in every line. The network's bare and the fight is mine. No more division from their game. Conservatives rise and stake the claim.
Mikey Mariano, the network, in the style of Alexis Wilkins.
Good.
Gosh, that was good, Mikey. Great job. And there was
Really
no F-bombs in that one. I like it.
No, it was clean. Well,
Guys,
Jeff, I'd like
wow.
I'd like to just say to you, sir, thank you so much for the review that we did in the first hour, because we're showing you a network that has connected us. We're not going to ignore them. If we had decided to ignore them, we would not be here. But I'd like to just make a quick compliment to all of you about your discernment, because your discernment is at the core of your existence. It's very, very important. And this is what they're getting ready to do to you. They're already doing it. They're going to work out of the narrative of the psyop of association. Okay. Yeah. So this is what they're getting ready to start saying to you. Oh, well, so you're over there with you're like Mark Levin. Oh, so you agree with Lindsey Graham. Oh, so you're part of the Ted Cruz crew because you agree with them simply because Levin, Cruz, and Graham agree with Donald Trump. You see how this works? Because you agree with Donald Trump, all of a sudden you're associated with all of these other people, right? This is about individual discernment. You are allowed to support Donald Trump and not support any of these other people below him. You can literally support only Donald Trump and no one else if that's what you choose to. But these people right here, these are communists, and communists have a way of conflating reality. They conflate reality in a way that acts like they're too stupid to understand the reality that they're in so that they can have a nice heaping helping of faux outrage. So this is the day of your discernment. What you're seeing right now play out is these people are getting ready to run the association narrative with every single one of us and try to make the point that, because we agree with Donald Trump, we're the same as Lindsey Graham.
Ad hominem.
Don't bite the apple. Let's starve the grift, Jeff. They're not going to get us in. They're not going to bait us into that.
Ad hominem.
And that's exactly what they're doing. And ad hominem is Latin for to the person. Okay. Ad hominem. And it's a logical fallacy argument dismissed by attacking the character, right? The argument is dismissed by attacking the character, right? Attacking their motive or attributes to the person making it rather than addressing the substance of the argument itself.
Yes. And can I add
ad
to
hominem.
that? The ad hominem.
Ad hominem.
It's not an ad hominem if I call somebody a name that's already given me an ad hominem attack.
Ad hominem.
It had happened to me already. So it's not me doing it.
That's right, guys. And,
I'm the victim.
That's why, the just asking questions that Dan was saying, we were just asking questions about the Flynn Network, and they came out with these
ad hominem
attacks.
Ad nauseum.
Ad nauseum. Ad hominem, ad nauseum. And that's a form of mind control and to get into make, and again, you see that their bots are bots, okay? Which means that you are the majority. These people that are negative Nellies against Donald J. Trump are not real. I am going to just state this right now. I think a lot of these podcasters like Candace Owens, they're buying their views. I think they're buying their views, they're buying their support, and they're buying all of it. This show refuses to do any of that. We are all organic, and it must remain organic. And it's because of people like you, guys. Thank you, Shady.
If it didn't, it would have to change. You would have to bend their will, and we're not going to do that. So it's either, we have a choice. We either do what we're doing or we go away.
Yep. I mean, we were just called a P3DO and names. We just had a
ad hominem
attack by one of Flynn's, trusted sources or whatever.
They can't quit us.
They can't quit us. Yeah. Did you guys subscribe, and repost this video?
Did you
Answer the question?
Answer the question.
Oh, you guys are so good.
We're getting good at this. Janice is fully awake, says MAGA won't walk away from Trump. Type that into Twitter and see what kind of reactions you get. You'll get the bot network right away.
And it's interesting the way that the bot network will target keywords. Like whenever you type in the word MAGA, you will get attention from them.
That's right. All right, so let's dig a little deeper, Shady Groove, because
I love it.
You sent this in late last night. Well, first of all, let's talk about Liz Crokin.
Okay.
That's
a good place.
Because it sure does look like certain corners of the alternative MAGA accounts, right? The what do we call them? I think they're fake MAGA. Okay, Liz Crokin is officially fake MAGA. Got it? Okay. Pizzagate was a scam on your mind. Okay. Not saying that there isn't child trafficking, but it wasn't that. Okay.
Not code words.
Some of these fake MAGA voices, I'm going to just call them fake MAGA because that's what they are. They're working overtime to try to get Tyler Robinson off the hook for assassinating Charlie Kirk, period. There's confessions to the family, to the roommate, the DNA on the rifle, Shady, the surveillance, his own text admitting he planned it. Yet we're hearing framed an innocent kid is what they're saying. And the Mossad conspiracies, the Jews did it. Before May, there's an evidentiary hearing in May, and they're amping it up. So now you see the same network amping up their attacks on controlling the narrative, not justice. What are they hiding? So this is Liz Crokin, Shady Groove.
Yep.
The TPUSA clowns and all the fake MAGA Mossad assets may have made it very clear that they have no problem sending an innocent kid to prison for life or to his death. They've all been actively working to make this happen in exchange for some bloody shekels. This actually is demonic, evil beyond belief, and sick. Charlie Kirk is rolling over in his grave. How dare you? And I rebuke that spell. And you are a disgusting individual, Shady. And you know what? She got brain damage from meningitis that was caused by herpes. Okay,
Yeah, but that doesn't even matter. Like, look at the
it matters.
disgusting-
And that's not even an ad hominem. That's fact.
It's not an ad hominem. That's a fact. But the disgusting depravity of somebody that would say something like that. Like, you know, you're like, this is a person that acts like that they are a journalist. This is a person that is a Flynn network minion, and they will do exactly what it is that they're told to do. They don't have an ounce of credibility. They don't have an ounce of integrity. They're just literally there. Like, can you remember we just had this discussion about TPUSA and the amazing thing that Charlie Kirk had built and the over 100,000 chapters that had opened up across the country? This crazy nutball right there is going at every single young Republican in America. That's a target on their back. They do not want, the last thing in the world these people want is young Republicans. They want young people to think that these people are crazy and to not pay attention to us.
Yeah.
And that's effectively what she's standing in the gap for.
Right. And so
That's crazy.
We broke that yesterday on the show. Let's go ahead and look at this. What? It's crazy.
Just her statement.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
it goes along with this, Shady Groove, because we called it, right? This is actually Kent, okay? And we've been saying it for months. That the lone gunman narrative on Charlie Kirk's assassination was too clean for them, and now Joe Kent is out here offering to testify for Tyler Robinson. And this is a thread done by Authority. Joe Kent protecting Tyler Robinson? Let's lay out a few findings and really think things through. Joe Kent resigns and is under investigation by the FBI for leaking information. The entire Flynn network rallies in support of Joe Kent. Joe Kent is now willing to testify on behalf of Tyler Robinson's defense. It would appear that Joe Kent is trying to get Tyler Robinson off the death row or even off the case entirely. It would appear that Joe Kent is attempting to protect an asset. I was the first one to call this, and I'll post it again. Investigate General Flynn, Roger Stone, Ivan Ranklin, Patrick Byrne, and the rest of the network that is possible involvement for the assassination attempt on real Donald Trump's life. But this is it, guys. This is, Patrick Byrne. So this is the assassination proof stuff. Remember this, Shady?
Yep.
Yeah. Vice President Michael Flynn would make President Donald Trump assassination proof. Okay.
In other words, select Flynn for VP or we'll try to kill you.
That's right. Here's the infamous clip.
Pressure campaign.
Right. You know who it is. You know who it is. Answer the question.
This is before he picked J.D. Vance, by the way.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Make sure people understand the timeline here. That they're making threats in public, saying that Donald Trump, the only way you could prevent what's getting ready to happen at Butler is to pick J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Or to pick General Flynn.
Look at this, Shady. And I was here at this when they were filming this podcast, Shady. This was in San Antonio.
Now we're joined by Patrick Byrne and, of course, Joe Flynn, brother of the general, and super active in making films and exposing the globalist. And wow, we're going to start back right where we left off, Pat. And that's with the whole January 6th so-called investigation they've got going. And then the big question is, how do we get this guy to run for president? Now we're joined by...
Wow. So that was done at a great Reawaken tour in San Antonio. And Joe Bag of Donuts, if you're out there, you were there with me. Remember? They were like, ignoring us. They were like, and they were on a mission, guys. They were on a mission to get this podcast done as well, guys. And
so that they could put it out.
So they could put it out there. Exactly right. So, and on the morning of the attempt of Donald Trump's life, right here, General Flynn, co-author of 5 GW series and close associate, everyone, they can breathe easy regarding Flynn not being VP pick for POTUS. Breathe easy refers to something controlling your breath cycle. Okay, breathing easy is like if you're a sniper, guys, that's what you do. Expert shooters talk about breathing easy. That's interesting. This is 7/13, I made it publicly known, so did I, that these individuals should be investigated. Yep, you did. Good job. And then this is, I saved this. General Flynn is not going to the White House. He's going to Gitmo. Screenshot this. Boom. So it's all there, Shady Groove. And General Flynn endorsed Trump just 10 days before the assassination.
The whole setup. Now you're really starting to see the way that this works. And now what's interesting about what happened last night was the way that it became inverted. What happened was that Alexis' thread affected them the way that their threads affect us. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
How did that happen? I would say that it's probably a coincidence, but the reality is that everybody on the internet right now is reading about foreign intelligence operations being spearheaded by an ex-general of the United States military, and they're reading it with their mouth agape, not realizing that this is a person who is calling out the person who sent a horde to attack her. That's exactly what happened to us. Everybody's like, oh no, General Flynn's not really targeting you. It's this person and this person and this person. Yeah, they're all proxies of General Flynn.
That's right. Of
And we
this
know
network
that.
Alexis Wilkins just told you about.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And we're winning, dude. And you
We're
know, I
beating
wanted
them.
to, yeah, we're so
In a
winning.
big way, bro. I mean, I'm talking like the gains that we're making in the real world. This stupid stuff right here is actually helping us. This is really helping us. People, like I said earlier, they get exhausted and they start to realize that they can't pay attention to it. It's too much. And then you start to reassess and realize, wait a minute, there's no proof to this.
Yeah. And this is from March 18th, Shady Groove. Let's just play this real quick. They're all connected. InfoWars, Flynn, Stone, Tucker, Bannon, all of the whole MAGA movement, Megyn Kelly. I mean, let's keep going to the Hodgkins twins, Patrick Byrne. It's the failed intelligence agencies wrapped themselves around Trump's movement, acted like they were pro-Trump, and then threw the baby out with the bathwater because they don't want Trump to win. They secretly loathe Trump, guys.
They don't want Iran to be destroyed. It's not that they don't want Trump to win. They don't want Iran to be destroyed. If you destroy Iran, you destroy our fear. You got to understand, like, they're all motivated by fear. Watch an episode of InfoWars. The only thing they're doing is shoving fear and doom and gloom down your throat 24/7. Right now, they can't do it. They can't say, oh, Iran is going to destroy all the world. So they're saying Donald Trump is going to destroy all the world. Do you understand how this works? It's a template. It's a matter of what you plug into the template. Nick Fuentes was propped up by InfoWars. Ali Alexander, propped up by InfoWars. Candace Owens, propped up by InfoWars. All of these different talking heads, surrounding Roger Stone and General Flynn have all been propped up by InfoWars. The QAnon shaman brought on to InfoWars. Every single, you know who InfoWars never interviewed? The two of us.
They attacked us.
Not any interest, not any interest whatsoever in what is that we are saying to have us over there on any program ever. For what? No, I mean, why can't we come and talk about conspiracy with you, Alex? It doesn't seem like you have very much interest in talking about the non-fear-based truth of the conspiracy.
And I just want to leave it there because that was from March 14th.
Yeah.
That's got 34,000 views, and boy, you should read the comments on that, Shady.
Nice. Really?
And we got one here too, calling us goy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, is that all you got? You got ad hominem stupid attacks?
Jeff, just take it easy on them. These people, they get naked in a room with other men and they lay in coffins and they like pray to Hiram Abiff. You know, I mean, it's like, so they're
What's your lodge number?
They're not smart people. It's not our fault that they do that. Like, we can't help it.
What's your lodge number? Big
Effectual
Clyde.
insurrection. They took the shot at DJT. Their asset took out Kirk. Proved it's wrong. Clowns real. Anon see it all. We're everywhere. Did they take out Boone Cutler?
Yeah.
Like they took out Hastings. Just asking questions.
Yeah. Also, this 0 Hour finally learned about the $200,000 payout in 2016 about consulting with his nuclear power in the Middle East. Wow. When did we oh boy. This was May 2nd, 2024.
That's a while back.
This is the General Flynn's Middle East Marshall Plan explained. Okay. This is it here. We've had this for such a long time, Shady.
And it's interesting that the way that people are like trying to frame things as like they're newly discovered. I'm noticing a lot of that lately.
Yeah.
Nobody's really interested in going to look at the hashtags and things that might be connected with what it is you're talking about to see what's been done. They're finding things for the first time.
It's amazing how that works. Wow. Because they've done a good job, sadly, of stifling us out.
That's right. They have done a good job of doing that. I mean, it is amazing that we have carved out what we've carved out.
Yeah. I wanted to just, let's just see. Okay, okay. So let's go into this Russian philosopher, Alexander Dugin, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Bree A. Bree A. Dial. Okay. And I just quote reposted it because it's that good, guys.
It is good.
Okay. And he's openly bragging about influence ops inside MAGA circles, naming Tucker, Candace, and Alex Jones as key allies, pushing multipolarity and anti-hegemony narratives that align with Kremlin goals. He also ties in excommunicated schismatic Archbishop Carlo Vergano, Shady, who Michael Flynn has publicly called him his spiritual director, and events linked to Catholics for Catholics. By the way, you can't find out who funds Catholics for Catholics because they're a 501c4, where Flynn serves as senior advisor. This is straight from Dugin himself in March 2026 video. Whether you love or hate these figures, it's worth asking, why is a leading Russian ideologue celebrating them as assets in fracturing Western unity, Shady? Let's go ahead and get this guy up here.
The United States is on the edge of the radical collapse. So that is superpower, hyperpower, that is collapsing. That is agony of it. And we need to understand that well. We should not be hypnotized by the real situation in the United States. They are in very, very bad situation. And hence, they're radical and extremist actions. So they have the problem with Epstein elite. They have the problem with economy. They have the great problem with the state of the moral United States. This is decaying society in the last stage of the decay. So we need to follow that. We need to understand that. We need to study it. We need to have the correct, realistic understanding of what is going on in United States of America outside of their propaganda, maybe outside of our own propaganda. So we have to have a very correct, realistic understanding of American society, because from that depends almost everything in the world. So we need to try to reach the people of real MAGA, the core MAGA, who share with us our general ideological, geopolitical, metaphysical vision of multipolarity, because the MAGA accepted multipolarity. Trump has betrayed MAGA and has thrown away multipolarity, has declared the war to multipolarity. So, but not MAGA. So we need to follow people like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, Andrew Neapolitano, Larry Johnson, Jackson Hinkle, and absolutely great Kim.com that we should invite next time for our conference. He is very great. So we need to reach to these non-conformist MAGA people in the United States who have a very similar vision of what are the real priority to save America, to save the world, to save the West, to save the East, and so on. So we have immense amount of our friends in the United States of America. MAGA movement has made a rise of them. They help to them to reappear and to become important influencers, important power inside of American society. Now they are leading an anti-Israeli line, and that coincides geopolitically with our vision of things. So that is very important. So, but
yes, he did mention Kim.com. Okay, he mentioned the whole network. Okay, pretty interesting, isn't it?
I love it whenever communists tell me who the other communists are, and I don't have to do a lot of work.
Right?
Isn't that easy? I mean, that's pretty easy right there. He pretty much just told you who the communists were and who you should pay attention to. I didn't get the memo that the communists were attempting to save the West. Could somebody help me get me the historical record where the communism was here to save Western civilization from something? I'm pretty sure that Western civilization is the absolute target of communism. They want Western civilization gone. They like a rigged game, Jeff. You see, they don't like free enterprise. Free enterprise is very dirty. You actually have to compete. You actually have to make a product people want. You have to like do real things in business. They don't like that. They like things that are very, very easy. They like whenever their crony capitalists come and they're forced to do business with people because that's the only person that you're allowed to do business with. You see, that's the way the world that they're trying to engineer works. And the world that Donald Trump wants is the world that says, no, you're allowed to do business with whoever you want to. And as a matter of fact, you need to go investigate the people you're doing business with because a number of them might just be commies.
And this is Alexander Dugin saying the fight between traditional Catholics and deranged dispensationalists, evangelicals has started right there. This is General Flynn reposting Alexander Dugin, Shady Groove.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty wild, huh? And then Candace Owens also. Okay, so you're seeing the network. Very, very good. All right. This is also part of the thread here. Let me just go down here. This is Bongino, the Russia file. Okay, I'm not going to play all of this because, I can play it. You want to play it, Shady?
Well, one thing I'd like to just mention, number one, I'd like to mention that Q posted Bongino a couple of times also.
Yes, I noticed that too.
And interestingly enough, I think that's very, very interesting that Q posted the message from this guy to kind of like as a little bit of a weapon, it looks like.
Interesting.
That we weren't seeing at that time.
Let's see. He's now, he's been barred from the church.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear friends.
All right, I'm not going to listen to this guy.
I don't want to listen to that either.
Can't listen to this guy. All right.
Enough of that.
But so when you see this organization and the three individuals directly tied to Dugin, you're witnessing manipulation, okay? Here's Gerhard Miller, General Flynn, Candace Owens, Joe Kent, Matt Walsh, Eduardo Vestagrulu, and John. Yep. Look at that. Pretty interesting, huh? Pretty interesting. Okay. Alexander Dugin posted. See that? These are the communists telling you who the communists are. Let me just see if this one right here. Oh, Vigilant Fox. Okay. Kerry Parisian turns on President Trump but declares MAGA is dead. Alexander Dugin reposted. Isn't that wonderful? MAGA is alive and well, Shady Grove.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that we're at a point where that this is no longer a difficult thing to see. It's now pretty easy to see. You can kind of clearly see that the communists, people that are here that are trying to tell you what's their alternative. We're going to go out and we're going to go vote for Kamala Harris. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to go supporting the Democrats because Trump bad. Is that their big plan, Jeff? We're gonna run Tucker Carlson for president, right? We're gonna want the Tucker Carlson presidency with General Flynn as his vice president. Is that their plan? Like, what do these people think they're doing?
So this Alexander Dugin reposted that thread calling this person, Bria Dial, calling her Zio woke.
They're coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Zio woke. There are numerous now, but Laura Loomer is simply the best. No, Laura Loomer is not simply the best. And I've got proof of her as well.
Yeah, and like I said, like they're trying to
Shady, take it for a minute, okay?
The whole operation is divide and conquer, and I think everybody would recognize the game better to go back to whenever we were children. And you talk about divide and conquer. What does it mean to divide and conquer? Well, that would literally mean that we're going to take particular personality traits, associate them with each other, make groups that are associated with those beliefs or personality traits, and then we're going to weaponize them against one another. And I've said it to you before a couple of times. You don't have to. The king stands up on the platform and he's overlooking the village, and the guy's looking at the king and he said, "Oh, how are we going to manage these irate people?" He was like, "We don't have to do anything. All we have to do is tell the torch people that the rope people want to take their torches."
Yep.
You see, that's all they have to do. They're playing this game. They're trying to make you outraged about something. Oh, Alexis is a CIA or is a Mossad honeypot. Well, what if Alexis was an FBI honeypot? What if Alexis Wilkins was an FBI honeypot to try to map out a network that was going to attempt to call her a Russian spy. The Russians are going to
because of an ad hominem attack on her because PragerU was actually IDF and may have worked with Mossad. So now that means that she is. You see the stupidity in all this?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she becomes the actual honeypot for all of these idiots who think that she's weak, right? Weren't we talking about that earlier? Like saying that the people that they think Donald Trump is weak, and so they're acting like this? Well, they thought Alexis Wilkins was weak. And then she comes out and punches them in the mouth with this whole research thread, and then they're acting like, oh, somebody did it for you. So it's just like Democrats. Democrats don't think women can do things. Democrats don't think women should be part of society. Democrats don't even know what a woman is. And you have that kind of syncing up here a little bit.
Yeah. Then you've got the money. I think John Mappin funds them as well, along with Patrick Byrne. This is Alexander Dugin reposted this. Congratulating Candace for lying and having the #1 podcast in the world tied with Joe Rogan. Look at that.
Yeah, you can get the #1 podcast in the world if you go out there and you lie your ass off.
I guess so.
It's easy. Yeah. I mean, like, look at what these other people, look what these influencers over here are doing.
Yeah.
Like Steve Bannon's still broadcasting.
He also mentioned Judge Napolitano, Judging Freedom. That is a narrative laundering node for Russian state media.
That's
Napolitano.
True. That's true, actually.
So
and a matter of fact,
Dugin
is a Russian asset.
This is yeah, I mean, of course. This is Napolitano's Judging Freedom, right? A domestic narrative laundry node for Russian state media. This is the executive summary right here. Pretty crazy, guys. All of these people, Shady. Vigano. I'm gonna call him Vigano because I don't want to honor his name correctly. Is that bad? Jen Griff. It's Vigano. I get it, but I don't care. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, though.
We like a nice little healthy disrespect.
Yeah, we do. We do. Nice helping, heaping.
Nice little helping.
Yeah. And so Vigano got excommunicated and exiled, just so you know. Pretty interesting, hey?
Well, I think that the interesting thing is that we have an amazing syncing up of Russian communists and Mossad globalists against America, Trump, and the Patriot MAGA movement. Like, why in the world would the Mossad and the KGB want to stop MAGA? Is that too simple? Did I oversimplify that?
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, you know, yeah. So this is real quick. I want to show you Alexis. This is Candace's response to her. My conclusion is that you are a clinical retard if you spent this much time of your personal time to produce something that is completely and utterly false. I would say stick to country music, but you kind of suck at that too. Listen to that.
There you go. Not a single word to debunk a thing that she said.
No. Again, ad hominem, right? We're learning how they do it, right? But, you know, Candace, you are utterly, this is a shout out to the General Flynn breast milk campaign, utterly pulverized, Shady.
He used utterly.
She used utterly.
I was reading it. I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, oh my God.
She did. She used utterly.
I don't even believe that happened.
So I want you to now with that in mind, okay, Shady, I want to just show you one thing because I noticed it this morning, but I forgot to mention it or tweet about it because it's really not that big of a deal. However, you know, people are missing one piece of the puzzle. We have two kind of factions, right? We have the factions that like Roger Stone but don't like General Flynn, whether that's because it's controlled demolition or not. And then we have people that are just, oh my God, I hate Flynn, but don't really know who Stone is, right? Mm-hmm. But we've got the people that are running this narrative are friends with Roger Stone, okay? Mm-hmm. And what's very interesting is that General Flynn is still posting, because he's part of that network, he's still posting interviews for Roger Stone, Shady.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? And Roger Stone's still having him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they're disconnected. And Roger Stone just came out and said, "Oh, well, you can dismiss Tucker Carlson if you want to, but what he has to say is legitimate."
Mm-hmm.
He just said that about Tucker a week ago.
Look at this, Shady. Here it is. General Michael Flynn reposted Roger Stone. Are we starting to see the And this is Seth Keshel, he was another General Flynn reawakened tour, and so was he. Okay, guys, you can't ignore it.
They're trying to circle the wagons. That's what you call it. They're trying to circle the wagons. They're trying to slough off the BS. Like General Flynn wants plausible deniability. He wants to pretend like he's not connected to his network. You see. They don't, he even made the joke, like quoting Flynn Network, like acting like it's not a real thing. The gaslighting will continue.
Yeah, and he used cat memes.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Really weird, huh? He was going crazy last night.
He was losing his mind, just like all of his nutty network was.
And I'd like to show you this too. This is on the Catholic for Catholic website. Dear Catholics for Catholics, your love of God and country is evident in everything you do. We admire your dedication for preserving America's founding principles through your faith. I don't think he said that. I need proof.
Yeah, I don't think he said that.
And I think he might want to take that back.
I said this. This charity is bullshit.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Because this is what Catholics for Catholics said. Well, it's not every day that the director of FBI's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, goes along on a long, unprovoked attack against General Flynn, real Candace Owens, Joe Kent, and the rest of us here at Catholics for Catholics. In her words, the goal of this operation is not to win political argument, to make soldiers feel that the war wasn't worth fighting. To which we say, Alexis, you're right. Our goal at Catholics for Catholics is not to win a political argument, but to win the souls for Jesus Christ. And by no means we do want soldiers to tire. We must never stop fighting for America and Christ's kingdom. P.S. I thought the FBI and girlfriends of the Bureau attacking Catholics was finished with the Biden administration. Why is this still happening? Playing the victim role, Shady.
Yeah, but look at the virtue signal. That's the perfect virtue signal. They're the ones that engineered the virtue signal towards Catholics to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then now all of a sudden they can associate her with that because she's pointing to the group that has targeted her.
Wow.
Notice that they're acting like they're the victim. They will always claim that all the people that attacked us whenever we stood up for ourselves, they claimed that they were the victim of us. We weren't allowed to have an opinion. They're the victim of us talking about them who talk about us. That's exactly what Catholics for Catholics just did there. The best virtue signalers on the world is the Vatican.
Yeah. So this is really cool too. James Lindsay, who has 558,000 followers, canceled by both sides, pro-America, anti-communist, anti-fascist, pro-your mom, based AF, Liberty First. This is him right here. Conceptual James reposted the Flynn Network meeting, Shady Groove, that we put out in 2024. But this happened in what, 2022, 2023? I can't remember.
Yeah, and they're all irritated as heck that we put that out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a
Hey, you guys hear me? Yes, loud and clear. If it's okay. What time zone are you on? Eastern time zone, sir. Hey, you're Eastern time zone. Of that I'm well aware. We know a lot about you,
This
sir.
is Beer at the Parade, right here.
Acting me like the
This is
FBI
Alex.
tracks me. I mean, you know it's right there. They're probably monitoring this phone call. How about the craziness that's going on right now?
Pretty crazy, guys. Okay. They had Zoom calls.
Mm-hmm. Coordinated
Zoom calls.
And that's what they were doing in Discord before Zoom.
Yep.
And that's what they've been utilizing Twitter for. And Alexis, I think, pinpointed it perfectly. The way that they're able to manipulate the algorithm is that they're all posting at the same time. If they were all just randomly posting, their network wouldn't move the way it moves within the platform. But because they post it all at the same time and they have so many people following each individual account, it goes gangbusters as soon as it hits, and then all of a sudden every single feed on the network is getting pieces of it.
Yeah. Pretty awesome, man, that we're able to break all this down. So does this mean that we're smarter than the intelligence agency, Shady?
Yeah.
We and our listeners, with all of us here together, having big boy conversations and big girl conversations every day, we're smarter than these asshats?
Yeah, it means that we get more paid vacation.
I don't get any paid vacation.
I don't either.
Vacation? What's that? Wow. Wow. Jen Griff says her brain is fried.
It's okay.
So this is X right now. It's actually glorious. Check it out, Shady Grove. Here we go.
Dumpster fire. Oh! Yikes! You got me. Damn it!
No one left behind, Shady. We got you.
No one left behind!
But this is literally X right now, guys.
Move your ass!
I just posted.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Oh. Jeez. Wow, guys.
I got to break out. We were surrounded by the shields on all sides meme underneath that last night. I was so excited whenever you posted.
Jokers to the left of me. Clowns to the left of me. Jokers to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with Q.
And
all right, Shady, this is look at this. This is they're all melting down. This is all to Alexis Wilkins, Liz Crokin. You provided nothing about General Flynn and sounds exactly like something a Mossad honeypot would say. And Vandersteel says, no wonder Kash can't get anything done. He's helping you write these ridiculous threads. Good Lord, pick up the mic and stay in your lane. This is embarrassing. Liz Crokin, the irony of this retarded thread is that there's a ton of obvious bots defending Alexis. Ha, 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 ha. You got Patriot Voice. This guy is QAnon John. Your analysis is totally ass. You should quit while you're behind. Clearly, Mossad isn't bringing their best and brightest. Then you've got the Hodgkins twins. Oh, okay.
I got a couple.
And then you got this one. Me and my so-called Flynn network, hard at work. Don't lose your sense of humor, folks. Stuff getting deep.
I posted a couple below you there too.
Did you?
Maybe that you didn't have. I'm not sure. You might. I think you had the Flynn one. But do you see them?
I'm looking. Okay, here we go. Oh, Sam Moore. Here you go.
Yeah.
No, it's not. She's trying to save face with this philanthropic post, but she can't. Alexis Wilkins, you have wait.
You have made inflammatory, egregious, and false allegations against my hero, General Flynn et al. You are the girlfriend of the director of the FBI. You know your conduct is under scrutiny and that you platform primarily because of the director. You abused that platform and used it to disgustingly spit out venomous and flagrantly false allegations against General Flynn et al. I hope POTUS calls in the FBI Director Kash tomorrow morning and directs him to dump you, or else he's dumped. How dry I
am. That is Ben Moore. That's Ben Moore's brother, Sam Moore. Sun Tzu.
Will Summer. Yeah, so man, look at FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend says Michael Flynn, Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent, Candace Owens are all tied to a foreign influence opposite. Me and my so-called Flynn network, hard at work. We've got you guys. You know, you can't, bro. Kash Patel, this is MK Ultra, or what is MJ Truth Ultra. He's saying General Flynn is an American patriot and hero, and this is all you need to know. Kash Patel, look, raise your hand if your head hurts too. No, my head does not hurt. Okay, my head, we've been through this a million times over with the same damn network, MJ. All right? Get with the program.
Your head doesn't hurt. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting watching them pretend to be confused. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's not, this is not trigonometry. This is simple addition. Okay, this is not complicated at all to understand. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 - 1 = 0. Okay, very, very simple. We're not even getting into the other 8 numbers. Okay, all of us here at the station normal. Let's put it that way. We're residing at like where humans exist without nonsensical theories thrown around in their heads that they've somehow bit off half of it and are regurgitating the other half in front of you that they don't even understand to begin with. That essentially is what's happening. Think logically during this, and you will clearly be able to navigate. It is not hard. And Jeff, you were talking about the way that the feed is. It's trying to bog you down. You're reading this stuff. It takes time. It takes effort to read this dumb stuff that people are saying, and then they get you aggravated in one way or the other.
And I think this was a slam directly at us and authority. The Flynn Network tattoo parlor, hard at work, Shady. because he had We the Media and he X'd it out. Okay.
Mhm.
And now he's got the MG show on there. Thank you, Alex. But I think that was a slam against us and you. Yeah.
I do too.
I really do.
And I think that in the long run, I think that a number of the people that have had issues with what we have been doing here are going to remember that we are the ones that they had issue with.
Mhm.
Okay? It takes a lot of guts to say the truth in a room full of people that don't want to hear it. And I'm almost certain that nobody really wanted to hear what it was we had to say whenever we started saying these things, because you realized immediately that what we were doing was going to be detrimental to our platform. It was going to be detrimental to what it was that we were currently doing, but we had to get rid of the people around us that weren't real and the people around us that wouldn't follow the truth. We don't really care about people so much that don't care about knowing the truth, because we realize that they're a little bit lost. We're trying to get them interested in the
We were
truth.
lost.
We were lost. Of course we were lost. I was lost before I found the truth a long time ago. Everybody's lost. That's not a big deal. What's the big deal is
What you know you
ignoring
can't
things-
explain.
Ignoring things that you can clearly understand on purpose so that you can pretend like you're confused, like what MJ
Boom.
Truth is doing. You know, like you're that's the psyop. You're pretending you're too dumb to know. Remember, Jeff, they kept telling us for our whole lives that the people in Congress were stupid. What I would say to people was, no, you're wrong. The people in Congress are not stupid. They're doing exactly what it is they want to do, but you think they're stupid because they're not doing what it is that you want them to do. They're not stupid. They're doing what it is their puppet masters tell them to do, and the puppet master is clearly not the American people.
Yeah. Jen Griff says, well, I'm still Catholic, and this is the Catholics for Catholics charity and the General Flynn grift. This is not to do with the entire Catholic Church or what you believe, okay? This is about this grift. Shady, I want to bring in Laura Loomer real quick because this is interesting. FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend just said General Flynn, Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent, and Candace Owens are all tied to a foreign influence operation. Popcorn, do we have a 3-letter agency that would know this for sure? So she's trying to distance herself as well. But let me quote Lieutenant Colonel Earl Matthews, head lawyer at the Pentagon. Quote, General Flynn, this is not the fight I asked for or welcome, but rather one that I thrust upon me when your protege and close collaborator, Laura Loomer, chose to publicly attack me and specifically mentioned your brother in the context of my January 6th testimony in Loudermilk Committee. Okay, this is the head lawyer at the DOD, Shady. Okay, 14,000 views. Nice. At least people are seeing it. Because this is controlled demolition. We were talking about this the other night, Shady Groove. They are controlling their demolition. They are trying to save a couple of people, like maybe Laura Loomer, like maybe Roger Stone, like maybe Brian Cates. A couple of them, right? They're trying to save some of these asshats that have lied to you for years, guys.
Mm-hmm. Because they can't build new ones.
And I'm not saying that all of Laura Loomer is bad. I like some of her work, okay? But that's how they do it. You see what I'm saying?
It's opportunistic.
Right.
It's selective reporting. They're not telling you everything. They're telling you some things so that they can generate a piece of a narrative against people. And what Loomer is doing is effectively leaving out a lot of information about other people so that she could target some people. She's leaving out information about Roger Stone so that she could target, General Flynn right now. But General Flynn is puppeted by Roger Stone.
What's this?
What is that?
What is
That's
this,
exactly
Shady?
what I was just saying.
What's this?
It's just a picture.
No, this is ad hominem, right? Because we
It's
can't
ad
prove
hominem.
that they have any ties.
I mean, I got this post where Roger Stone has a media article saying that he's going to have his sperm frozen for Laura Loomer. I thought it was a dude.
Well, that's why you got to freeze it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you don't know where you're going to put it.
But in reality, they're not after us or Trump. They're after you guys, okay? They're after the MAGA movement. You know, in fact, it was funny. They were all in a space yesterday. Ivan Ranklin was in there and others. Melody Jennings that attacks me was out there spewing all of these lies against me. And that. So we are at the center of the exposure of this network, and we're proud of it. And we are not going to back down. President Trump wouldn't back down, would he?
The truth, Jeff, is the truth is what the demons come after.
Yeah.
They're always going to come after the truth. And people that speak the truth are a special breed. They get extra attention.
Yeah.
It's not easy to speak the truth. It's not easy to say something that's true in an environment where no one wants to hear it.
I don't think people realize how hard this show is to do every day and how exhausted I am afterwards because of the spiritual attacks. And we don't know how the show is going to flow. We have no idea. It just flows. Because when I sit in this chair and that music comes on, there's something that takes over, Shady Groove.
Yep, it is. Absolutely is. Yeah. It's you guys. It's the people here. It's the people that we want to. I think at the end of the day, it's wanting to make you proud. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to make. We're trying to say the things that you want to say, but maybe don't have an outlet to say it. We're trying to say it for you so that we can defuse the pressure a little bit, and you can rest assured that we understand what's going on.
That's right. You know, wow, guys. So we just talked about the whole network, people that are trying to act like they're not in the network. They're in the network, guys. Okay. There's really nobody else, Shady Groove, that I can trust. I can't watch anybody else, Shady.
I can't watch anybody else either, but that's just that's my own problem.
That's mine. All right. So we're going to get out of here with the song, that, Earl Matthews, the head lawyer of DOD, would love you to hear.
This is great, by the way. The Colonel Earl Matthews that Jeff was just talking about, not only was he following us and reposting us and liking our research, well, this gentleman reposted one of our fans who made a song specifically articulating what's going on with the gentleman.
We got a comment here. Hurricane Katrina says, Q said stick together. You can't stick together with Q also mentioned about the infiltrators. Did he not? Did Q not mention infiltration? Not invasion?
Sticking together.
We are sticking together. That's why you're here. And God bless you. Good question, Hurricane Katrina. All right. And by the way, I went through that hurricane. Okay. I don't like it. Thank you for stopping by, Hurricane Katrina. You look new. You don't have a red castle. Somebody get Hurricane Katrina a red castle. Welcome her to the MG Show family. Guys.
God bless you all.
Wow. What a great episode. We love you. Jen Grift needs a red castle too. Can somebody get them clothed, please? Come on. And we'll
answer the question
tomorrow. I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
Wednesday's over.
Well, for you.
Yeah.
God bless you all. See you guys tomorrow.
Charles Flynn, Mike Flynn, TikTok. Yo, General Flynn, this ain't the fight I chose. Thrust in the ring when the gauntlet got thrown. Laura Luma, your protege, she came for my name. Dropped your brother's role in the J6 game. Loudermill committee, they peeled back the lies. Army brass stalled the guard for optics. No surprise, Charlie Flynn, chief ops. Not in command, but his hands in the delay. Yo, you don't understand. He swore to Congress, said he rushed the guard in. But the truth, he ain't moved, that's a straight up sin. Yo, 230 call, he claimed he wasn't there. Multiple oaths say different. Charlie, beware. Liz Cheney's crew, they ignore these false claims. Too busy chasing Trump, playing political games. Sworn testimony, I laid it out clear. Trump had no role in the guard's delay here. Loomer's out here saying I'm Millie's disciple. That's a joke in DC. Her word's just a rifle, but who's the one tight with Millie's command? Charlie Flynn, revived by Mark's own hand. Millie pushed him up from stagnant to star. G3 of the army, then a 4-star czar. Chris Miller got the call pre-Biden's day. Make Charlie a general, no time for delay. I got more to spit if you want the full track. Truth's my ammo, I'm ready to clap back. General Flynn, this fight wasn't my plan, but I'm dropping the mic for the truth, understand? Yo, truth first on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Yo, truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Yo, truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Yo, truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Yo, truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Truth on the mic, yo, I'm speaking it right. Truth on the mic, yo. On the mic, yo, I'm speaking. Charles Flynn. I'm speaking it right.
www.mg.show. Boom.